Hello everyone, here we are again with another Dokkan battle video, and we're actually going to be taking LR Beepan's Easy A. Yeah, after an entire month we're finally able to Easy A this Beepan, at least me personally. I was able to get one of the special fights, so in the end I was able to get a total 45 medals over 2 weeks. Just a small breakdown of that: when doing the Beepan Extreme Z area, you get 10 medals per week, and if you get the special fight you get 15. Since you need 45 total, if you get the most unlucky, you could take 5 weeks to finally Easy A her. So I guess I got lucky here, more or less. Could have definitely been way more luckier. But yeah, this Beepan is actually a pretty good unit. Just going over, what I have in her. I'm not sure why I actually put these equips on her. It was a while ago. I have a decently linked level, nothing too crazy, I would say. I mean, this level 7 right here is, kind of out there. But I believe this is Shattering the Limit, correct? I believe should be Shattering the Limit, but yeah. Let's go ahead and hop in. We're going to be taking her into the Hybrid Saiyan Extreme Super Battle Road. So I know this recently came out on the global version of Dokkan Battle, so I feel like it'd be a good showing, especially since Beepan is coming out technically she'll be in game in about a few days from this recording, but obviously since you can only do the event once a week, it could take up to a month. So it's a good preview, and not many people do have this Beepan, and I haven't seen many people cover her yet, so I feel like it would be a good idea to take her into here since it's something many people might not have exactly seen yet. So let's see how this goes. This team does have a decent amount of support here, but all these support units in Hybrid Saiyans are just good. Like, why wouldn't you run these guys when you're actually doing this stage here? So we're up against this first fight. Let's actually... how should I do this? I kind of want to get rid of Bardock, but I also want to see kind of what Beepan does at type disadvantage. So we're actually not going to attack Bardock the whole time. We're going to get his health down a little. I kind of want her to, realistically, I wanted her to be with a Tech Ultimate Gohan, which the rotations didn't pan out the best for that. But we could easily get it done by turn 3. And then by turn 3, Beepan will have her active skill. They didn't change any of the conditions or the effects for Beepan's active skill, but oh my god, he's going to kill Bardock, is he? Oh, great. They didn't actually change the effects or anything about the active skill. It's still activated from the third turn from the start of battle, which is very easy. It's a very nice, simple mechanic, quick, good for Super Battle Road, long events as well. And giving the 33% attack for one turn, that's a multiplicative buff because it's essentially like an out of turn buff, you can consider it. It would be after, I believe it should be after the starter turn passive and links are calculated before any super attack effects or on passive super attack. So it's like a whole separate section in the calculations, which leads it to be a huge buff compared to normal like 33% attack at the start of turn, which is very good, and it definitely helps this Beepan unit out a lot. For now, we're going to probably keep her with Ghost Tanks. With this Ghost Tanks, I believe they share, this should be Saiyan lineage, Innocence, and Shattering the Limit. So her defense right here is 65k. She does have this Gohan's a support unit on rotation, which he'll be giving her, I believe, 30% attack and defense. And as you can see, especially with Gotenks, this alone by herself, Beepan is getting so much ki now, because now she has a high chance of ki +3, and then a high chance of an additional ki +3. I'm not a biggest fan of those type of passives. Another unit that's very similar, I should have actually attacked this guy, but it's whatever. Another unit that has very similar passive to that comes to first in mind would be Gotenks when he goes Super Saiyan. It's a high chance to get one thing, and then another high chance of getting this thing. I feel like it's less worrisome with this Beepan, especially if you have her with a unit like this Ghost Tanks, and hitting a 1 mil attack stat right there is pretty good. She actually did not take any damage either, and look how much she healed. That's very good. Double digits right here in Extreme Super Battle Road. Now, she does have support, which is a very important thing with this Beepan, but it's still very good. So, yeah, continuing on to there. Even without it, she doesn't necessarily really need that ki, because I feel like, Hybrid Saiyans has so much support options that do provide ki nowadays. It's not that hard, especially to get something like, Tech Ultimate Gohan, for example. One of the biggest issues about him on this team specifically, because all these units have like prepared for battle, shocking speed. He only has Saiyan lineage, which is a very important link for Attack Ultimate Gohan himself. But look at all this key he has because of all these great support units. Like you say, look at you wouldn't want to run this team with Attack Ultimate Gohan, for example, as your lead. It's a very good Extreme Spirit Battle Royale team, I would say, and it helps Beepan out a lot because Beepan herself doesn't have any start of turn attack or defense, which definitely once you're able to get her with that attack and defense start of turn, she becomes almost invincible because her stats as an LR is already just pretty decent, at least defensively. Her defense stat does go up to 11k basically, it's 10,999. Her attack stat is very low, 13,974, but there's a reason for that, because she recovers 33% of the damage she deals as HP. So especially if she's able to get some crits, this Beepan's gonna start going crazy. And right here, bam, we could use her active skill. So right here she has everything active from the last turn, and on top of that she has All in the Family. So her All in the Family right now is Link level 3, which would give her actually, I believe, around what, 12% defense or 16% defense. My fault. Wow, that's pretty good. All in the Family is a really good link. So yeah, Beepan actually will technically should put Beepan in the first slot, but actually let's go ahead and show off her supportive abilities, and let's see, you know, how she could affect the whole rotation in terms of offense right here. So again, she gives a 33% out of turn buff, which is actually very helpful for a unit like Tech Ultimate Gohan, who has a very high start of turn buff, but also gets an attack buff on super attack. It matters much more to attack buffs that are on start of turn, but if she's able to make that start of turn buff bigger, then anything that he gets when attacking or when he receives a hit gets also massive. So right here you got 3.5 million attack stat. This is a Rainbow Tech Ultimate Gohan with pretty decent link levels, but I'm sure most of you don't really see him hit that hard, especially if he hasn't got too many stacks yet, especially with like no other support units on rotation. That's pretty good. Beepan herself, she got a cure right there, and she still hit over 1 million attack stat. She does have, again, her active skill, which is a very important thing. But concerning back, let's go back to, for example, I was talking about earlier, where getting supports with her on rotation. So when you get support on rotation with Beepan, it helps her dramatically because that 55% damage reduction she gets at the start of turn. Before she EZA'd, it was only a chance to get a 55% damage reduction. Now it's just guaranteed. You do not have to worry about it at all. She will always reduce damage, which is very helpful for this Beepan. It allows you to feel a lot more comfortable keeping her in like these first slot situations where, you know, for example, say you would want to put Beepan in the first slot because there's a lot of physical attacks in the first slot, but then there's like that one annoying enemy who is attacking like twice, and you're like, oh god, if she doesn't get her damage reduction, I'm gonna basically lose because she may or may not get her actual reduced damage on her passive. The good thing about that is because I believe she is able to get her damage reduction. It is able to proc on every single attack that she receives. So it isn't just turn one, hey, will I proc this or not? It's basically, you know, she could proc it throughout the turn, which was very helpful. But now you don't even have to worry about that, which is very good. So right here, we're not going to have her active skill at all. Active, we do have a 40% support from this kid, from this Trunks right here. She's at 79k defense with 55% damage reduction. I think that's pretty good. I think that would be, it's pretty solid. It's definitely enough to survive in this Extreme Super Battle Road stage. Now this first stage in particular, I noticed that these enemies tend not to hit really that hard. I don't know if it's just they don't hit hard, or if it's Tech Ultimate Gohan who just tanks everything, or just Hybrid Saiyans is a very tanky team in general. So she did stun Borgos as well. Important thing about Beepan as well is that she does still have that medium chance to stun on both her super attacks, which is a 30% chance to stun. So more likely you won't actually go ahead and it won't actually activate for you, but it's still a pretty decent shot for you to go at. Hybrid Saiyans is also, I would say, a slow team, especially if you have Beepan on the team. This team is definitely more so, I would say, defensive oriented build of Hybrid Saiyans, but look, we just can't die. You can't die with this team. Unless you get really unlucky, you legitimately cannot die with this team, which is a very good thing. I feel like Beepan is like the last piece of the puzzle to teams like this, because what teams like this really want would be a tanky unit who does actually recover HP. tank units to recover HP are like the holy grail when it comes to defensive type teams, which Beepan, you know, after a while, she did come out during the 4-year anniversary. She did age before her ESA recently, so I'm glad to see she actually got it. Now this is going to be a good test for her. She will have all in the family and Saiyan lineage. If we put it in the middle, she'll get GT as well. But I kind of want to put her in the front slot. We're going to see a lot of AGL attacks, see what she does type disadvantage. I still wouldn't be surprised if she does die right here, because again, Extreme Super Battle Road is still no joke. We're gonna attack Nappa because Nappa will be able to get heal Nappa from her attacking rather than Vegeta, even though she could stun Vegeta. And we'll just try to take on Nappa first and foremost. I feel like taking on Nappa quickly would be good for us. So this, as you can see right here, one thing I wanted to point out is her key. She only has 12k in the rotation, and that's one of the downsides of this unit potentially. Ooh, super attack. 170k from a super attack type disadvantage. That's really good. You guys, you know how good that is? That's insane. And then look, she healed a good portion of that back. Although she took some damage in return. She healed like what? Like, I didn't look at the numbers exactly, but she healed like a good at least 50-60k HP, which is very good, especially for this hybrid Saiyan's build specifically, because technically with Gohan, although he does give attack and defense 170%, the HP is only 130%, which again comes into conclusion why this team really wanted a good healing unit. Ghost Tanks was decent for the healing portion, but he wasn't enough, obviously. This Beepan rounds out the team because this team doesn't have the most HP in the world. So if you're able to get actually, you know, a healer who could, for example, next turn Beepan will be able to heal a decent amount of this HP up, and we're going to get all these key spheres with her. It's very important for this team because, especially in these 5-man fights where, you know, you can get super attacked a billion times, you might just be dead even with the 170% defense because you don't have that much HP to survive in the first place. But going back to, again, the key thing, I'm sorry I go back and forth with these units, but the key +3, as you see last turn, that's the one reason why I'm kind of iffy on that, because as you can see, she can only get her 12 key, which she did still heal a decent amount with her 12 key super. So that's basically like the lowest, like, even though I believe she had support last turn, but that's like that's almost the baseline of her. See, look, she took as much damage as that high school Gohan, and okay, we are actually dead here, which is unfortunate because I kind of wanted to show her a little bit without support, but it is what it is. Maybe I should just use an item, but as you can see, this team could definitely easily get this done no item, and especially if we are using items, it's legitimately a joke. I feel like Beepan had a really strong showing here, showing that she took sub 200k from a super attack type disadvantage in Extreme Super Battle Road. That's insane. Even though she had support, again, this team is filled to the brim with very good supports. This guy's amazing. They're amazing. This guy's really good. Even this guy right here, you know, he greatly raises attack and defense. He makes rainbow orbs. Very important for this Beepan. Again, the iffy thing I am at with her kit is the key, but I think she does what she wants to do very well, and I'm fine with the key being a high chance in the end, because again, she does recover 33% damage that was HP, which, especially if you have supports, could be very much boosted. Like, she did like 1.1 million attack stats, and if she does, like, say if she gets a crit and does 1 million damage, that's basically 300k HP. That's insane, because, like, if you look back, if you scroll back to the actual team, we had around like 300k defense with this, 300k HP, I'm sorry, with this team. So basically, if Beepan like gets a really strong crit attack, especially against a physical unit, she could heal like a good at least 80% of your HP or something, which is insane, given you are able to get the, you know, 24k super attack, especially with the active skill, which not only helps her, but helps every single unit on rotation. I love this unit, and I hope you guys had a good showing of her. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. That's really all I have to say. Thank you again for watching till the end. Like, share, subscribe if you did enjoy, and I will see you all in the next one.